All right, welcome into the show. Creative Crypto here. Well, guys, we're starting to get some meme coin runners again. Some meme coins that are hitting some very high market caps in a short amount of time. And also, Solana itself has seen a nice recovery, almost hit up to that $100 mark. I actually gave a leverage trade call for Solana in the Primetime Calls VIP on May 6th at a price of 88.8, 15x leverage. Potential profit 150, looking for about 97.7. And in just about 5 days later, our target price was hit for the 150% profit. Now, full transparency, before this trade, I was on a bit of a losing streak with leverage trading, and I took about a month and a half break from it and waiting for the market to really show those signs that I needed to see for a breakout either way. We've been really in a range market this last, month and a half or even 2 months. And so I've kind of been taking a break from it. But I saw an opportunity and I posted the call. So congrats if you guys were able to hit that one. That's just another perk of being in the VIP group. Now, this video is specifically about copy trading meme coins because I've really gotten back into copy trading meme coins, as I told you guys I was going to do in previous videos, because there is money to be made and there are runners happening on chain. And it's very difficult to be staring at a computer screen, 8, 10, 12 hours a day, waiting for these runners to come through in the trenches. What I prefer to do is find profitable meme coin trader wallets that are already doing this and finding these runners and finding these good narratives and making profit and just copy their trades. That's really how I got started in meme coins back in 2024 with copy trading and be able to make some great profits doing it. And this last week, I actually found a new bot on Telegram that I've been using to find these profitable meme coin trader wallets, because that's the most difficult part in copy trading, is being able to find the wallets, and not just find wallets, but find wallets that you are able to copy trade. Because there's tons of wallets I've shown you in previous videos where they make tons of profits, but you cannot copy trade them because of their trading style. And it takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of effort to search and find these wallets on your own. And this new bot that I've been using has really helped simplify and cut down the time that I need to spend researching and analyzing wallets. And it's really found some really great wallets. And not only does it find meme coin traders, but it also will find dev wallets that you can snipe these devs. You can do reverse copy trading. When they sell, you'll buy, and then the coin starts running. So I've had a few of those instances. I'm going to show you all this. I'm going to go over the new bot, how I use it, how I'm analyzing these wallets with it, and then how to set up a wallet to copy trade as well. And make sure you stick around throughout this video to the very end, because there will be a giveaway for my subscribers for this bot for free access. So make sure you watch the whole video through. So let's not waste any time. Let's get into the bot. Okay, guys, so this is the bot here. It's called WL Deep Analyzer. This is an AI bot that will scan the blockchain 24/7 and look for specific trader wallets that the team over here has specified for the bot to look for. And you can see it's grading these wallets based on these different factors. Okay, their entry into a coin, their profit factor, their win rate, how the trade ended up going, their hold time. Now, the con section is things that are bad things that they look for. So when this is high, that means it's good because they don't have very many cons. There's this DB percentage that I need to analyze a little bit more. I think this has to do with an AI. It's like a deep brain type of metric there. And then, some other ones, P&L distribution. So basically, how I've had success using this bot the last week is I keep it simple. I'm mainly looking for hold time and win rate. That's what I'm looking for at first. So, because the way this bot works is when you click start to start the bot, you're going to get a 24-hour free trial of this bot. So what this does is throughout the day, it'll just send wallets to this bot. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to set up anything. It will just send you these wallet reports just like this to this bot every single day. Okay. And if you use my link, you're actually going to get 2 extra days to that free trial, I believe. Okay. So keep that in mind. And like I said, there's going to be a giveaway at the end for my subscribers for this as well. This is, I believe, a great value, and I wouldn't be sharing something like this unless I was actually using it and making some profits and finding some great wallets with it. That's why I wanted to bring this to your attention here. Because with this copy trading, you really have to treat it like you are a trading firm. Okay, you are the owner of your trading firm and you're looking for traders to come into your firm and trade for you. Okay, and how you find these traders is using this bot. So what I like to do to keep it simple is every day I take about an hour of my time and I go through and analyze all these wallets that it has sent, the previous 24 hours. I do this once every 24 hours. Now you could do it more often than 24 hours. It really depends, up to you, but I like to dedicate that time and it's been working for me. I will come into the bot and then it'll leave off, where you checked it last time. And then I want to check all the new wallets that came through, the last 24 hours. Okay, so this is some of the wallets here. So what I'll do is I will quickly look at them. Like I said, I go by win rate and hold time. If the win rate and hold time are where I want it to be, then I will click on the wallet and I will analyze it in GMGN more deeply. I don't just blindly copy trade from here. That's the process that I do. Now, you might find a better process once you start using this bot. So you'll see they give an overall score based on all of these different criteria that they're looking for. I just kind of use this as a reference. Like I said, I'm mainly looking for the hold time and then the win rate. So this wallet has a 50% win rate and only a 19.4 hold time. So when this hold time is red, I don't bother looking at that wallet because they're most likely doing some quick flip trades. Now with the TradeWiz bot, I've shown you guys that it is possible to copy some of those wallets, but not all of them, and you have to put in, different restrictions. So I don't even bother analyzing this, but there is a chance this wallet could be good, okay? So that's mainly the three things that I look for. Also, ROI plays a little bit too. If they have a big ROI, I will still look into them depending on, how their other metrics look. Okay, so let's keep scrolling through, and you can see that it's giving you more information here if you want to really look at this stuff, okay? These are some more metrics that I'm learning throughout using this bot. Like I said, it's only the first week. I'll give more updates in future videos as I learn more about, the different stuff here, okay? So here's one. This is a creator, okay? It also tracks good devs. So with the devs, I look at all of them. So I'll copy this. I'll head over to GMGN, paste the wallet in here. Okay, so they do have a zero balance, but there is a lot of people tracking this wallet right now. So that could be good, that could be bad. It's most likely they do still utilize this wallet. They must just clean it out each time they do. Okay, so what we're looking for, we're not concerned about their trades, we're concerned about their deployed tokens. So click over here, deploy tokens. You can see this dev has a 46% migrated percentage. That's pretty damn good. So out of 52 coins that they have launched, 24 of them have migrated. That's a very high percentage, actually, for a dev. And you can see these are some of their coins and how old they are. So they've been using this wallet for a good amount of time. Basically they started, 290 days ago with this coin that hit 12 million market cap. Wow, what a great first coin to launch. And they've been making some insane creator fees along the way. So there's really no reason for them to not use this wallet anymore because they've had a really great track record with this wallet. I mean, some of these are really nice runners. Okay, so then what I want to do, so we know this is a good dev to start. Okay, so how do we want to copy trade this dev? Do we just want to copy when they create the coin, or do we want to copy when they sell? So let's go and look at some of their past creations and see what would be a better way to do this. So let's click on this one here. This one ran up to 146K market cap. All right, so we'll put this down here. And we want to go back to the chart all the way to the beginning to see what this dev did. Okay, so this is the beginning of the chart. If you don't see the DS and the dev, just click here, display, and then you want to click on dev to make sure the dev trades are showing. They sold at around a 9K market cap. Okay, there's their buy there, and then they sold here. They also sold again at 5K market cap. So for this dev, I would put the reverse copy trade because they are selling right in the beginning. There are some devs that don't sell, and then those ones you have to copy trade differently. This one looks like they did sell, around the 10K market cap level. Okay, so after they bought, then they sold. And so that's the information we're going to need when we do set up to copy trade. So that's one of their coins. Let's look at another one. Let's look at this one here, and let's see if it's the same scenario that we're looking at, okay? Because then we can get an idea of how to set this up to copy trade. All right, so looks like they sold at about 8K. All right, so 11 give or take. So with that information, we can actually set this up to a reverse copy trade. And that's one of the benefits of the TradeWiz bot that lets you do that. That's why I use TradeWiz for specifically copy trading. I use Trojan for trading on my own. Okay, so with this dev, we will copy their address because this is definitely worth setting up. Okay, so now we're in the TradeWiz bot and we're going to click on copy trade right here. You can see I have a good amount of copy traders in here. These are the ones I've been finding from the bot that I'm showing you in this video. All right, and so what makes it easy is you can, if you already have one set up, you can just duplicate that. Okay, so I'm going to click on this and I'm going to duplicate this to start, and then I'm going to show you the settings that I use. So now I duplicated my setup, but I'm going to go through the full setup and show you how I set up a dev to reverse copy trade. Okay, so first we'll set up a tag. I'll do new. I just put new dev because I know it's from the new bot that I'm using. I think this is dev number 9, I believe. I need to check my exact number. I can fix that if that's not the case. Okay, so we got the tag in there, and the target wallet is going to be this wallet here. Okay, now for these devs, just to test it out, I start small. Okay, 0.025 is basically as low as you want to go. You could go to like 0.02. Okay, but if you get any lower, then really the fees start messing with you. What's cool about TradeWiz is it lets you set up a sole spending limit. If you want to start testing a wallet, let's say I want to give this wallet, 5 trades. Okay, so I want to give this wallet 5 trades, and I want it to trade 0.02 Solana per trade. So my spending limit will be about 0.11, because you want to have it a little bit higher to account for the fees and stuff. So for this example with 0.025, we need this to actually be a little bit higher. We'll do 0.125. All right. Okay, and then that will allow us to do 5 trades at 0.025. Now, since this is a pretty damn good dev, I might want to bump this up. Actually, I'm going to put 0.35 on this, just to put a little bit more, but I do recommend definitely when you're testing it out to go small first, and then once you see what wallets are working and making you profits, those wallets you increase, and then the wallets that aren't making you profits, you pause and get rid of. That's really how you set this up to copy trade. Okay, so we got the sole spending limit. Don't worry about this. Make sure it's unrenounced and unburned is like this. Okay, you don't have to worry about any of this stuff. What we need to look at is the max market cap, because we don't want to be buying, coins at a high market cap. If the coin's already gone up too much or they sell at the top, we don't want to be copy trading that. So for this dev, we saw 12K looks like, the max that we want to be at. Just to make sure we still get that buy-in, because those recent coins we looked at, they sold around, 8 to 10K market cap. All right. So that's where we want to be at the max. You can also set up a minimum. That doesn't matter for the devs here. You can also set up a max token age. So you don't want to be getting into coins, that are more than an hour or 2 old, something like that. You can put that restriction in. I don't feel like I need to do it with this wallet because they did sell right in the beginning. So that's good on there. I have auto retries just at 2, just in case. I do have the fee at 0.001. That still works pretty well that I found. Okay, now with this dev, with a lot of people tracking it, we may want to bump that up a little bit more. Okay, but we can also account for that in the slippage. I have my slippage at 100% because I want to be able to get this buy in. Because even if, I do hit some slippage and maybe it gets 50% higher than when I bought, with this dev, with the coins running, even if we bought in at like 15K market cap and the coin ran to 100K, we are still making some nice profits. Now I have it set up for an auto sell, because at this point with a wallet like this with a dev, we're not going to be copying their future sells. We are buying when they sell. So this is reverse copy trade. So we have to set up our own take profit strategy with this. So what I found, what I've been doing is I want to be able to let these coins run. So I don't have any take profit or stop loss set up in here. You can set up a take profit and stop loss if you want to do that. If you want to be able to get out if a coin goes down, 50%, whatever, you can cut your losses there. You can also set up, if you just want to do a quick scalp, a quick double up off these devs, you can do that as well. but I want to see how high these coins can go, and I don't want to miss a crazy runner, especially from a dev like this that has history of making some nice runners. So I set up a trailing stop. Okay, this is very powerful. This is something that only TradeWiz has right now, is you can set up these trailing stops. So for this activate number, I want it to activate at a certain percentage. So when the coin goes up 200%, this is when my trailing stop gets activated. Okay, now you can set this up to 100%, meaning that, so if you got in a coin at 10K market cap, it went up to 20K market cap, then your trailing stop loss is going to get initiated. Now I have it at 200%, meaning that if I get in at 10K market cap and it goes up to 30K market cap, now my trailing stop has been activated. The price changed. So the price hit your activation number. Okay, so let's just keep it at the 200% because that's what I do. Okay, so for this example, this is how this would work. So let's say I got into a coin at 10K market cap. It went up to 30K market cap. Now my trailing stop has been activated because it hit the threshold. Now if it falls from 30K to 20K, which is a 50% price decrease, my trailing stop's going to initiate a sell of half of my tokens, 50%. So basically at that point, I'm going to break even because I'm going to sell half my coins at a double up basically, and now I have no risk in the trade. But I'm still holding 50% of the coins if it goes higher. Okay, if the coin just launched up, do a 10x, okay, and it did the same thing, then I'm going to sell 50% again. Okay, so with this trailing stop, this number over here, your sell amount, it cannot exceed 100%. Really, you only get, if you want to do 20, you can do 25%, and you can set up 4 different tiers. It's really up to you. I prefer just having 2 right here because this allows me to hold a coin and not have to worry about, oh, it's going to go up and then it's going to go down. I have this all set with my trailing stop. This is a very powerful setting with this TradeWiz bot, and it really allows you to capitalize on runners. Okay, now with my strategy here, I could get screwed if, let's say, I buy in a coin at 10K market cap, it goes up to 20K, and then it crashes. I will not make anything because nothing's been activated here. Granted, if I'm not watching, the wallet and seeing, the coin and stuff. But that's what I like to do here, okay? And like I said, you could make this more conservative. You could set this up to 100%. But why I have it at 200% is because if this does get activated, I know that I'm at break even. I don't have to worry about losing out of potential profit because the bot's doing it for me. You can also set up different, sell by time. There's so many different things you can do, okay? But make sure this check mark is checked. And so now the trailing stop is activated. And then you want to put expiry 365 days. That's the highest you can do. And you just set that up 365 with a D, and then it'll set it up for 365 days. Okay, so now that's activated. And now we're going to press create. And that just created right there. So that was the right number, dev 9, dev 8. Okay, so you can see I do have a lot of devs in here. All right, so that's how you set up the dev to copy trade. Now let's see if we can find just a regular trader to copy trade from that bot. We still have a lot of wallets to analyze. Did you see how easy that was to find this dev, guys? Just through this bot here. We don't have to scan the blockchain, look in the trenches, find this dev. It found it for us. Super, super easy. Okay, so let's keep scrolling through. We have this wallet with a hold of 26. That's no good. We'll keep going. Here's a hold of 72.4. 32% win rate, kind of low, but 20% ROI. So we will analyze that wallet. And then I can show you the criteria that I look for when I'm analyzing a wallet. Okay, so win rate is pretty low, 28%. I prefer at least 50% or more because that means we're going to be hit with a lot of losing trades. They have hit some big trades, over 500%. They hit 3%. So this wallet looks like it goes for the big, the big gains, but I'm not seeing too many off the bat. And I am seeing some paper-handed trades, which I don't like to see. So this wallet, I'm not going to waste any more time. This is no good. Also, a lot of red days in a row. Those are not the wallets we want to be copy trading. We want to look for more quality with this. Okay, so let's keep going. And here's a good one. 72%, 58% win rate. That's much better. You can see it has a better score as well. So we'll copy this. Okay, so this wallet has a low balance, so maybe they cleared out this wallet. They're going to use a new wallet. They've lost some money here. Okay, so They're not really profitable overall, but they've been profitable, this last few days here. Okay. So this wallet, again, I don't like the looks of it so far. Yeah, so far, here's an 8x trade. They hit an 8x right there. Here's a 2x. Seeing some paper hands, okay? And then what I'll do is, if it looks decent, then I'll go into trades, okay? Because I want to see specifically what their trades look like. Because if you look at recent P&L, some of these coins they could have been holding for a while, and they just decided to take profit. If you go into actual trades, this is where you're going to see how they're actually looking on the inside, okay? So you can see here's a buy, and then here's a sell. They lost, okay? Here's a buy, here's a sell, they lost. I want to see green here, and I want to see, a clean distribution. Now, I like this clean distribution where we get a buy and then a sell. We're not seeing like tons of different buys for all these different coins, and just it looks, sporadic. This one is pretty clean. I do like seeing that. Okay, it's got a clean, distribution of trades, but I'm not seeing actual profits being made. Okay, here's a profit here. This was a good one. About half a sol right there, but they did put in 3.5 sol. Okay, here's one. Here's a decent one from 2.1 sol to 3.6. Okay, this one was a break even. So they are starting to hit some trades. Here's a bad one. Got a lot of these in a row. Here they hit a really great trade. Well, they actually put in 8 sol on this one. So this wallet is decent. This will be one that what I do is then I'll make my own list. Okay, I will then copy this wallet. I'll paste it into a notepad, and then I will put that into a spreadsheet as well to keep track. And then this is how you build your wallet list. Okay, this is going to help you build your wallet list that you can track, and then come back and check this wallet, and see how they're doing. But I don't want to set this up to copy trade just yet. Okay, so let's keep going through. You can see low hold time, no good on that one. Still low hold time. 58, that's like right on the edge, but only a 10% ROI. 23% win rate, we'll keep going. 25% win rate, pretty low, but huge ROI, okay? This is really big, so we'll look at this one just to see. Okay, so they do have about 2.5 sol in their wallet. They've made over 75 Solana all-time profit, so that's good. Unrealized is only about 2 Solana lost. They had a 72 win here. They had a 3-day losing streak, and they made 28 Solana here. So that's really good. Okay, win rate is low, 23%. That's super low. But if they're hitting big runners, 4% of the time they're hitting above 500% the last 7 days. Okay, so let's go over here to recent P&L. Okay, so we are seeing some paper hands, but they aren't making money off those paper hand trades, which is good. That means they're not farming. And what's good about this bot that's finding the wallets, they find wallets that people aren't really on yet, because you want to avoid, wallets that are being highly tracked, because that means there could be some farming going on. Okay, so we have 100% hit here, another 100%. You can see, though, a lot of red. I want to avoid all this red. I mean, it's just... Now, granted, they aren't losing a lot. They are cutting their losses pretty small. This was a bad one, 75%. But you can see they lost 8%, 14, there's a 50. So they do cut their losses decent somewhat of the time. Okay, but I'm not seeing... Okay, here's finally a 10x. So they made a 10x on this one. So this is really, what's really keeping them in the game. Okay. So, and here's another 8x. So again, this is a very high risk, high reward wallet. This type of wallet, I would put a small amount and definitely test them and give them, let's see how many trades. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they had 7 bad trades in a row, and then they hit a runner. Okay. So, you lose 7 trades, but with these, you don't lose 100%. They're losing, smaller percentage, and then they hit a 9x. And before that, they had an 8x. So let's keep going. Let's look at more, 300% there. Really bad streak here. But then they had a 6x. So these type of wallets are interesting because I do like, the big profits, of course. But when you're not hitting those big profits, it can be kind of tough because, with copy trading, it's like, if I lose 5, 6, 7, 8 trades in a row, it's really hard for me to keep that wallet active, especially if it's just draining money. Okay, so let's go into their trades and look more specifically. And then also what I look for specifically when they do hit on some of these big runners, what is the type of coin that they hit on? Is it a good narrative play? Like this one, UAP, okay? That was really, the meta, with all the, UFO files and everything. So this wallet seems to be onto the meta because they hit this big runner, in a good meta play there. That's another thing you want to look at. On their wins, are they hitting, the big meta plays of that trading period? Because the meta's changed, the narrative's changed for these meme coins, and you want to have wallets that can spot that, right? So let's go in here. We see Scuba. They made a little tiny profit there. This one here, we got a swatch right here. They lost. We have, a lot of losses in a row. Just too many losses in a row. And then they hit a good one here with Peng. There's the Royal Pop there. That was a good one. This wallet, I would definitely continue to monitor and definitely track as well, because they might hit a big runner, and if they've lost a good amount of trades in a row, then you might want to just manually copy this wallet. Okay, this is what I would do, unless you have a big budget that you want to just specifically look for a big runner. Okay, this wallet can find them. Okay, so we'll see. We'll put that into our notes. We'll add this wallet to our list, and we'll keep on the search. Okay, so we'll keep going through. This one is 76%. Okay, that's decent, 40% win rate. Let's check that one. Okay, this wallet's got about 30 SOL. They're a Trojan bot user. Okay, so they're definitely trading. They could be copy trading as well. Looks pretty decent. On the days they've lost, they cut their losses pretty small. So pretty decent distribution. On the days they have red days, they don't lose too much. And then on the days they win pretty big. So offhand, that's pretty good. 38% win rate is a little low, but it's not horrible. They've made Solana overall, which is great. So let's go to their recent P&L. Check them out here. We got this was the big runner, this Red Kitten. They made 140% off of that one. So they didn't get in too early, but they did, somewhat get into that. Okay, not seeing too many other trades of note. This one looks interesting, 140%, 4-minute hold time. So that was copy tradable. Let's keep going through. Here's a 400% on Lobster, 29-minute hold time. 3 buys and 14 sells, that's good. What you also want to avoid is something like this, where they do 13 buys. You want to look for, clean, 1 to 2 buys is really the sweet spot. Like this, 7 buys, I don't like that. But you can set that up to avoid, only buy once per token. That's very easy to set up. Here's an 8X here. They also got into UAP. Okay, so they're looking in the trenches there. So, decent wallet again. Not sure if I want to set this up to copy trade off the bat. Let's look into their trades now. And you can see this was here, buy 2 SOL, and then they just made some nice profit. So that looks good. Let's see here with Peng. They bought that one, made a little bit, I believe, off of that. So they did pretty well on this Red Kitty coin. It means they're actively looking in the trenches and spotting these runners, okay? Now, they could have gotten in this coin earlier than what I thought, because they did buy it a lot. So overall, it looks decent. That was a pretty bad loss there. Here's a nice little profit here. So this wallet, all in all, is pretty decent. Okay, it's not the worst wallet. It's not the best, but it's one that is making profits. They are pretty consistent at making profits. Let's check out their last month before this. Let's see how they did on there. So April was pretty tough for this wallet, as you can see. So again, not sure if I want to copy trade this wallet right now. I might just continue to add it to my list. Okay, so let's keep going. Let's try to find one that I can actually copy trade here. That one's no good. Keep going. 70% win rate's kind of low. Let's just keep going. Here's another dev. Okay. Migration rate is pretty low. As you can see, 2 out of 16. So we'll look at that. I'm not going to look at that right now because we already found a dev to copy. This one's too low win rate, 37%. I want to find one that's got a higher win rate here. 40%, pretty good ROI, though. That's pretty decent. So let's look at this. This might be the good one. Okay, right off the bat, I do like what I see. Basically all green on here except for one down day. They are profitable overall, and they have a nice ROI. Okay, so let's go to recent P&L. Okay, so we see some losing trades in a row there, but that's okay. That means that maybe we hit it at a good time. Their next one's going to be some winners. All right, so there's a 400% there, 200%, 500%. Oh, wow, they've been absolutely cooking. So that's what we want to see, guys. So they are specializing in this, like, I didn't catch on to this meta here. This is like a country type meta. Interesting. Very interesting. I didn't see that meta coming up here. But you can see, I mean, they're making good ones. They made some on Boop. Okay. Yeah, do have some losses. All right. And let's see on their winners. You can see they're holding their winners, which is great. That's what we want to see. Okay. They're holding their winners, and they're not just farming. So let's go over here to trades. Let's see their recent trade. Okay, Royal, they lost about half on that one, another half on that one, lost again. So they did hit a bit of a losing streak, but this is when they really, now they hit on these country coins, so which is good because, like I said, it means this person is plugged in. This person is plugged into the trenches because they saw this meta happening. However they spotted it, maybe they spotted it on Twitter, maybe whatever, but they spotted this meta and they hit it pretty big. So this one would be one that I might just set up for a trial run for very small amounts and, give them, 5 to 10 trades, see how they do. So for that, we will copy the wallet. And, oh, look at that. I just had a nice trade come through from one of the wallets that I've been testing. Pretty cool. So yeah, that's why I love copy trading, guys. Just plugging away in the background. So we'll come over here, we'll go to copy trade. Okay, so now I'm gonna go on a wallet that I wanna do a duplicating. So I'll do here, click on duplicate copy trade. Now, if you don't have one set up already, you're just gonna press new copy trade, okay? So now we can set this up. So this tag, I forget what number I'm on, so I'm just gonna do new video because I'm doing it in the video. Okay, set the target wallet here, paste that in. Okay, so by percentage, just have 100% and then set up your own maximum buy and minimum buy. I just have it be the same. The sole spending limit, I'm going to give this wallet, let's see, that's going to give them 3 trades. Okay, so we'll do that just to see, because if they're still on a losing streak, we're going to want to just leave them paused until, they start winning again. So that'll give us 3 trades. So that's what's cool about this is you don't have to, worry about, one wallet draining your whole, bankroll. I set up a sole spending limit here. So after the sole spending limit is hit, it's not going to copy their trades. Now, if I want to keep copying a trade and it hits my spending limit, you got to go back into your settings and change the spending limit to higher. Okay, because each time a trader trades, this spending limit's going to get lower and lower and lower. Okay, so keep that in mind because you don't want to miss out on the good wallets when they are trading. So we'll do that 0.08. Buy times reset after sold, no, because that means if they sell a coin, they're going to keep buying it. I go into detail on all these settings in my TradeWiz bot tutorial video you guys can check out. But basically, just copy all the same settings here that I have, okay? And then for the anti-PVP, I just do a simple 10 seconds, and they're going to pause for 3 minutes, just to avoid some if they just start farming. But this wallet holds pretty good, so I don't have to worry about that. And then, none of this stuff really is important here. Just, copy everything here. Copy sells, yes. I do auto retry of 2. Sell when the trader transfers, yes. So for the priority fee, 0.001, I have my buy slippage at 50% for pump, which is fine. The sell slippage can be lower. Now, if you want to also set up your trailing, you can also set up a trailing stop for these wallets. So you can have them do the copy trading on their own. So they can buy and sell, and you copy them. But you can also set up, your own restrictions with that trailing stop that I showed you. So if you want to do double. So you can do both. I just tend to let the wallet go and see how they do. And if I feel like that they're letting these runners, they're holding them too long and they're losing too much profit, then I will set up the trailing stop as well, which will allow them to also sell, but also set up a trailing stop so I don't lose out on all those, gains. Okay, So after all that, you just press create and you'll see that right there. Okay, number 22. So that is actually number 12. Okay, so I need to fix that there, but that's basically the gist of it, guys. And then what you can do is you can come over here and any of these wallets that you have, like for example, let me show you one that's actually been printing for me. It's actually one of the earlier wallets that I found here. So click on the wallet for their settings. You can see it gives you your total P&L for each wallet that you copy. So my total P&L for copying just this wallet is 0.42 Solana. That's really good. Okay, so I made about half a Solana copying just this wallet. So I could honestly just set this up to copy trade by itself, just this wallet, and I would do very well so far based on, you know, these metrics, because I tested this wallet. I saw that this wallet was winning and doing great trades. So I increased my buy amount because I started small, which is what I showed you here. I started small and then I realized, oh, this wallet is making great gains. So I bumped it up. And then what you could do is you could set up a second wallet within your bot and you can just have it copy trade your winners. So you could test all of them in one wallet, and then you see the winners that you want to continue to copy trade. You can set up separate wallets within the TradeWiz bot and specifically just copy, you know, this one wallet and just have it be, that's the full wallet that's copying. Because, you know, yes, this wallet has made me 0.42 Solana, but some other wallets have lost some trades. So I'm still kind of, you know, a little bit of a break even so far because I'm just doing a lot of testing. This wallet has been printing by itself. So I might decide to set this up on its own specific wallet and just let it copy trade and just print. And I don't have to worry about, you know, other wallets losing money from my profits. And I just can specifically print with this wallet. And that's a great thing about this, okay? And I found this wallet from this wallet analyzer bot that I'm showing you here. And then let me actually show you, I can just kind of breeze through some of the P&L cards so you guys can get a gist of, you know, how this has been actually going for me. Okay, so I really started testing around here, and that wallet that I was just showing you, they hit an 8x right here. They hit this 8x, and after that, I'm like, okay, I better increase this guy's, you know, budget, because I was just giving it $1, you know, $1.30 to trade with, okay? And you can go that low, 0.015, but just know the fees will cut into your profits. And I'm going to show you actually how you can get some of those fees back with TradeWiz. It's pretty easy. Okay, but let's just scroll through. You can see, you know, there are losers, there are winners. Here's one, you know, 190%. What I like about some of these wallets is they do cut their losses, and that's what I like to look for, okay? Now, these are small little gainers here, and you can see, you know, the win rate is pretty decent. There's not too many losses in a row. There's not like a ton of rugs, and that's the quality that you can get when you have a bot like this wallet analyzer that can feed you the wallets daily. And they've already gone through all these different checks and everything. And of course, you have to check them yourself like I do here, but it really speeds up the time that you take with finding these wallets, because that's the toughest part. Okay, so this is basically all my testing phase. This was a glitch. This was a glitch in the bot. I don't know why it said that, but yeah, that was a glitch. That wasn't a real P&L. I wish it was. That'd be insane. Here's a 300% right there. Here's a 330% and, you know, 190%. So, you know, it's decent, guys. It's a great way to get back into copy trading, because I love copy trading. I love just logging in and checking my bot and seeing, you know, what I made and what the bot did, and then kind of tinkering. That's just the way I like to trade. I don't like to be in the trenches 10 to 12 hours a day staring at a screen. Now, you can do that. It's just tougher to do, okay? But let me show you what you can do here. If you click on sell, and then you'll see all the current tokens that I have in my bot here. And you may be wondering, you know, I'm making profit, but I don't see it in my bot. That's because with Solana, you get charged a token account fee. Okay, so I'm going to actually click on this to claim those token account fees back. You can see I'm going to be getting 0.112 Solana back. Okay, that's basically where all my profit is. Okay, it's stuck in these vacant token accounts. Okay, so now I'll click confirm. It takes a little bit of time depending how long. And now I just got back, now my balance is 0.21 Solana. Okay, so like I said, I'm still about, you know, in the break-even phase. I'm still through the testing phase. I'm finding which wallets are good, which devs are good. I'm testing a bunch of stuff, guys. I'm just trying to test and see which wallets are printing, which devs are printing for me, And then I'm going to set that up in its own separate bot. And I'm just going to let that just run and just copy trade, copy trade, copy trade. So this is how you do it. This is the way you set it up and find these wallets. So again, guys, check it out. This bot here, I'll have a link in the description for this. And like I said, if you use my link, you're going to get an extra 2-day trial, I believe, because right now standard, you can test this bot and you can use it for 24 hours for free. You can get all the wallets that it'll send in 24 hours. So that's great. And then if you use my link, it'll be an extra 3 days. Okay. But right now, you can use this. I really recommend to just try this for a week. Right now, their week subscription package is $25 for a week. And within a week, I was able to find all those wallets that I showed you that I have set up to copy trade, even that one that's been printing. So within a week, you should be able to find a really great wallet to copy trade. Okay, so give it a try for a week. And then, of course, like I said, I have a giveaway for this, special for my subscribers only. I'll be giving away some free month subscriptions for this bot. So you'll get a free month license for this bot. And the way you need to do this is you need to like this video, you need to comment on this video, and you need to share it somewhere. You need to share this video somewhere, and you need to take a screenshot of where you shared this video. And then I think I'm gonna put a form down below where you guys can put your entries into the form, and then I'll do a random drawing next video to see who's gonna win those month subscriptions for this bot for free. Okay, but like I said, try it out for a day, try it out for a week, see what you think about it. I just really think this is a great tool because not only is it finding you profitable traders, but it's finding you the devs, which is really hard to find and takes a lot of time, especially just the wallets themselves. To find wallets that can print and that you can copy trade successfully is not easy to do, guys. It's very time consuming, it's a lot of effort, and sometimes it's just you never find any wallets. And that's the way that has really happened to me in the past. Check this out, guys, and I'll do future videos updating this on how it goes with copy trading and copy trading these wallets. All right, so make sure you join the giveaway, and if you guys like this video, please hit a thumbs up, subscribe for more. Let me know in the comments what you think about this bot. Are you going to give it a try? Have you been copy trading? Have you been using TradeWiz bot? Let me know in the comments down below. I'll be interested to hear about it. And until the next time we will talk again, take care and take charge. Creative Crypto out.